Yo, Big C in the house. You know the name. Finn Posse Podcast. Changing the game. Fins up high. Feel the aqua and orange. Miami Heat blazing. We scorching the floor. Marino the tour. We stacking the saga. Legacy deep, call it football nirvana. Big C, break it down, got the stats in his veins. Play-by-play knowledge like he's calling the chains. Fins flying on the field, opponents feel the blast. Tyreek cheetah speed, leaving DBs in the past. Waddle with the wiggle, defense with the clamp. Aqua drip so clean, whole squad's the champ. Tune in, Big C, got the mic on lock. Finn Posse Podcast, it's the cream of the crop. Breaking news, hot takes, repping the block. For the Dolphin faithful, it's the one-stop shop. Finn Posse. We the voice of the fans. Miami stand tall, got the world in our hands. Best podcast, yo, ain't no debate. Big C, big vibes, setting it straight. Defense smash, call it Aqua Tsunami. X locking routes like a South Beach Armani. O-line holding strong, trenches like a fortress. Big C dissected, no stack goes dormant.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing it.
What up, Finn fans? Welcome to another episode of the Finn Posse Podcast. I am your host, Big C, and this is brought to you by Game Changers Media. How is everyone doing this Monday morning? How is everyone doing? Good morning, Michael. I just got your email, Michael. I didn't see it before. Elwood, good morning. Aqua, good morning. Miller, good morning. This is mind-numbing. This team is mind-numbing. This is absolutely unacceptable, the product that the Miami Dolphins are putting on the field. Yesterday was a new low. This might be the worst. This might be the worst game of the Mike McDaniel era. This might be the worst game of the Mike McDaniel era. The Miami Dolphins took on the Carolina Panthers, and we'll get into the stats and everything here in a second. But again, this might be the worst game in the Mike McDaniel era, considering the opponent we were playing, the fact that we got up 17-0 in the first quarter and a half. We were up 17-0 on a bad football team. The Carolina Panthers are a bad football team. They're starting running backs out. Yes, somehow we manage to just implode and lose this football game. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me. Again, considering who the opponent is, considering that we were up 17-0, this might be the worst loss in the Mike McDaniel era. 27-24. Like I said, we were up 17-0. We allowed them to score 10 points before the half. They come out in the third quarter, tie it up. They eventually take the lead on us. We're able to drive down the field, put a nice drive together finally after not doing nothing for 2.5 quarters. And Tua finds Waddle deep for a long touchdown. But again, this defense is historically bad, in my opinion. This could be the worst defense I've ever seen the Miami Dolphins have. And I've been a fan of this team for 30 plus years. This is absolutely the worst defense I've seen the Miami Dolphins ever have. 27-24. Tua Tagovailoa. Jeez, I can't load up here. Was 27 of 36, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not a bad day from Tua, right? Not a bad day. You know, you don't want to blame the loss on Tua. But again, in the most crucial moments, when we needed Tua to make a play, Tua does what Tua does. So no, Tua's not to blame for the loss. But at the time where he could have led us down the field to a win for a victory, he blows it again. He does what Tua does. He damn near throws the interception, right? Waddle was wide open. He airmails it again. And this is becoming a reoccurring event with Tua Tagovailoa on the drives where we need him most. He's airballing passes consistently when players are open. The play's there to be made, but he's airballing it. So he throws this pass. If Waddle doesn't get a finger on it, it's a game-sealing interception, which we've seen far too many of those in Tua's career. But Waddle deflects the pass, but we already know what's going to happen, right? We already know at this point what's going to happen. Because we've seen the story before. We've seen the story before. It gets the 4th down, and we already knew it gets the 3rd down, and before the ball's even snapped, you know what's going to happen, right? One of two things. Either Tua's going to throw an interception here, or he's going to take a sack. Or he's going to take a sack. Devon Achane had a horrible game. 10 carries, 16 yards, 1.6. Again, there was nowhere for him to run. There was nowhere for him to run. This offensive line is trash. We're trash on both sides of the balls in the trenches. We're absolutely trash on the defensive line and the offensive line. Still huge problems here for the Miami Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 6 catches, 110 yards, plus the long touchdown. Darren Waller, phenomenal first half. Darren Waller was that was a great move. But why didn't we not use him at all in the second half? 5 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Achane, 6 catches, 30 yards. He had a beautiful touchdown catch. Julian Hill, 4 catches, 22 yards. Connor, 2 catches, 16 yards. How Malik Washington have 4 catches, 0 yards? Oh, that's because our coach wants to throw it behind the line of scrimmage constantly. Bryce Young, 19 of 30, 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rico, 23 carries, 206 yards, 9 yards a carry, and a touchdown. We knew they were going to run the ball, and we could not stop this guy. 9 yards a carry on 23 carries. ETN, 4 carries, 22 yards, 5.5 yards a carry. Joe Horn Jr., 2 carries, 10 yards, 5 yards a carry. Tech McMillan, 6 catches, 73 yards. He made a lot of key catches for him. Leggett, 2 catches, 31 yards, and a touchdown. He had a beautiful touchdown catch. Rico, 3 catches, 28 yards. Joe Horn, 2 catches, 21 yards. They couldn't stop a nosebleed, bro. Like, they could not stop anything. Miami Dolphins had 248 yards compared to the Carolina Panthers 418. Miami had 229 passing yards. Carolina only passed for 179. Rushing yards, we had 19 to their 239. We let them run for 239 yards. They had 26 first downs to our 15. Third down efficiency, they were 5 of 11. We were 5 of 13. Fourth down, they were 2 for 2. We were 1 for 1. They had 12 more plays than us. Both teams allowed 3 sacks. We punted 6 times. We only made them punt 3. We had 9 penalties for 64 yards. They had 8 for 46. We had no turnovers. Yet we still lost this game. They had 2 turnovers, yet we still lost this game. Time possession was close. They had 31. We had 28. The fact that we were up 17-0 on a bad team and we let them come back and beat us, that might be the worst loss in the Mike McDaniel era, in my opinion. This is a team that just got blown out by the Patriots last week. Would they lose by 30-some points? This is a team that just got blown out by the Patriots last week. Would they lose by 30-some points? Bonnie, yeah, we still have our undefeated record, but like that, how many years ago was that? You know what I mean? Like, when are they going to give us something new to hang our hats on? Marcos, it wasn't that Carolina's defense was. It's the constant play calling by Mike McDaniel. Weaver's not the answer. This defense is historically bad. And I know that. Listen, I know that we're lacking some pieces, but there's no excuse with Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson. Maybe these guys aren't as good. Jordan Brooks, Fitzpatrick. Jack Jones was absolutely trash yesterday. This guy, he just cannot not hold. He cannot not hold. Like, Jesus. See, hopeful, that's absolutely right. You know, Tua played good enough to win this football game, but again, we needed him to step up on that final drive, and he does classic Tua stuff. He mails that ball to Waddle. Waddle was wide open on that pass. Waddle was wide open, and he airmails it. Damn near is intercepted. But let's be real. Keep it real with yourselves. Did you not know the outcome of that drive before it even started? Did you guys not know the outcome of that drive before it even started? Because I did. Legit. I 100% knew that drive was going to end on either a Tua interception or a sack on 3rd or 4th down. I'm so sick and tired of Tua taking sacks on 3rd and 4th down. Throw the ball up and give someone an opportunity to make a play. And maybe the writing was on the wall before the season started, you know. And I'll take blame. I'll take some of that blame for having hoping faith in my football team, hoping that they're going to get the good, do a good job, hoping that things work out the correct way, and boosting my own morale even when it was uncalled for. But Miller, I don't know what the answer is with Tua going forward. We put ourselves in such a bad position. But something needs to change now. Something needs to change now. I don't care what it is. Something needs to go now. I think Chris Greer needs to be the first piece to fall. Find your GM of the future and bring him in to evaluate. When's the trade deadline? Week 10. Bring him in, evaluate for the next 5 weeks, trade off any assets that we possibly can at the deadline, and then we get our coach at the end of the season. But I don't know what the correct answer is with Tua in his contract. I don't know what, you know what I mean? I don't know what the correct answer is. Tua tried to throw the same interception he throws every time. You're right, he did. You're right, absolutely. And that play is his bread and butter. That's that play that he throws that interception on, that he airmails it on every single time when we need it the most, is what this offense is built on. That's the play that Tua has been so good at for the last 3 years. But for some reason, when it comes clutch time, he cannot get it there. We seen it just a couple of weeks ago. We seen it happen against the Patriots. I mean, Aqua, we can't continue to run the ball if we're running for 1.6 yards a carry. Like they were stuffing us every time we ran the ball. That offensive line is bad. Jonah is bad. Jonah is bad right now. Strange is bad right now. Darren Waller has been a great pickup. My boy Doug was on there. We need to just cut him. And I was like, no, for what? Let him get healthy. We're wasting Darren Waller. Darren Waller gonna not want to play football if it keeps going like this. He gonna want to retire again. But what a weapon Darren Waller has been. But we just straight abandoned him for, you know what I mean? We used him. He was phenomenal for us the first quarter and a half. And then what happened? Marcos, don't get too proud. I mean, you only did it against the Dolphins. This is the worst Dolphins defense I've ever seen. This is the worst defense I've ever seen. For the Miami Dolphins, at least. Like, we know they're going to run the football, and they're still busting it. They averaged 9 yards a carry. Rico averaged 9 yards a carry. And they had injuries on their offensive line. Robert Hunt wasn't even in there. Their top guard. Like, I mean, hopefully these early picks that we picked up start improving for the future. And I'm not even talking about now. I'm not even talking about for this year. I'm talking about hopefully these guys start improving so these aren't wasted picks. Oh, Kenneth Grant got his first half a sack or sack yesterday. I mean, it was kind of a little BS. I mean, it wasn't, I don't know if it was a tackle behind the line of scrimmage that they counted for a sack, but it's not a sack in the sense of a sack. You know what I mean? But yeah, we need to see more from these draft picks. And nobody thought that this front seven was going to be as bad as what it is. Nobody did. We knew that our secondary was going to be bad. We knew that. And if you were delusional to think that, oh, the young guys on this team, blah, 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 blah. No, this secondary, I knew it was going to be absolutely horrid. Make sure you hit that like button. I've been noticing we be having 20, 25 people in here, and I get off and we got 10. We only got 10 likes. Hit that like button for me if you can. Help me get in this algorithm. Get back up there, you know what I mean? But is this as bad as it gets, or does it get worse? Is this as bad as it gets, or does it get worse? Because I don't know. Listen, I don't know if we got another win before the bye. I don't know if we have another win before the bye. We got the Chargers next week, right? Then what? Cleveland, Atlanta. So I'm not sure what the order is. Cleveland, Atlanta, Baltimore, Buffalo, Washington. Where's the win? Where's the win? I don't think we win another game before the bye week. I don't think that we win that. What's that leave us? 1-10? Yeah, Edward, 1-10. Oh my God. Inexcusable. Yeah, I'm not willing to call a rookie a bust. I'm not willing to jump out that far. I'm not willing to call rookies bust. Did I expect them to play at a higher level than they did? They have. Yes, I have. Absolutely, I have. But I'm not willing to say that they're bust. Miller, I don't think we're openly tanking though. Yeah, I mean that's a positive spin to put on it, but I don't think they're going out there trying to lose games. That's the sad part about it. That's the sad part. If they were trying to lose, but I don't think they are. That's the sad part. I don't think they're trying. I think they're trying to win games. And we're still putting this product out. Weaver should have left. Because now he ain't getting no head coaching job. That's for sure. Weaver ain't getting no head coaching job now. He's been horrible. This team didn't want to win in the first place. This team had no faith in their quarterback, which is understandable. But if you didn't have no faith in your quarterback, you shouldn't have gave him the contract extension, right? Because if this team really wanted to win, If this team really wanted to win this year, they would have went all in. There was an opportunity for them to open up another $40, $50 million in cap room and fill the holes that we have on this football team. We could have restructured Tua and did all of this and that and gave contract extensions and did guaranteed money for this player and that player. And we could have went out and we could have really patched the holes that we have on this football team. We could have went and got a couple free agent offensive linemen to shore up the offensive line. We could have brought Calais Campbell back and possibly somebody else on the defensive line. We could have brought in some corners that aren't fifth, sixth stringers. Yeah, Bonnie, Mike McDaniel's not tanking. I don't care. Listen, I don't care if you power back or finesse back. Behind that offensive line, they weren't running anywhere. The 90% screens, yes. That screen shit is for the birds. But are we openly tanking? No. Mike McDaniel's job is on the line. Supposedly. Not to mention, look what happened when Stephen Ross tried to do that before. You think he's really going to put himself at risk for that again? Look what happened last time he went to a coach and said, hey, lose some games, and you know what I mean? You think he's really willing to do that again, put himself out there? Yeah, Bonnie, it feels like we're back with Adam Gase, right? Adam Gase, all those bubble screens and all the screen passes the Jarvis Landry back in the day. How's this feel any different? Yeah, I mean, listen, that's wishful thinking. That's wishful thinking. Make sure you hit that like button for me, please. How many likes we got right now? Can someone let me know how many likes we got right now? Make sure you hit that like button for me, please. Has anybody seen Glenn around? I haven't seen him in here in a while. I just hope he's okay. I mean, if he doesn't like the show anymore, I get it. You know what I mean? It's cool. We only got 11. We got 11 likes with 22 people in the building. Come on, man. Come on, man. Can we get up to 20 likes? Can we get to 20 likes? Yeah, the play calling has been consistently bad. But we can't run the football consistently because the offensive line's bad. We can't stop the run because the defensive line's bad. What's this team going to do? There's no positive outlook for this team right now. Yeah, not liking the video hurts me bad. It hurts me. Like, I don't have the numbers TD and Doug have. Like, them likes are crucial for me. Them likes are crucial for me. But like, there's no positive outcome. Like, it's like we're back to the off season. It's like we're back to the off season, except we got to deal with a emotionally devastating loss each and every week. Because now we're back to just speculating. What we think should happen, what we hope happens. And I hate that time of year. I hate that. I was looking forward to a semi-successful season, a season that we could at least compete for a playoff spot. But after, like, you know what I mean? And I continue to allow myself, and I don't know if you guys do this, but I continue to allow myself to think positive thoughts. Think positive thoughts because I love this team so much and I want them to succeed so much that I was telling myself yesterday when we're up 17-0, I was like, hey, we win this game right here. We got the Chargers next week. We can beat the Chargers. We can get back to 500. And then we got Atlanta and Cleveland, and we can definitely beat Atlanta. And Cleveland's defense is good, but we can beat Cleveland. And I'm stacking the wins yesterday in my head when we were sitting up 17-0. I'm stacking the wins, thinking about how we're going to make the playoffs or how we can have a shot at the playoffs. Baltimore, they have been terrible this year. Lamar Jackson's banged up. Look at Buffalo. They lost to New England. We had a shot when we played them in Buffalo. Maybe we could beat them. Washington, they looked good yesterday, but they haven't been great. So I'm sitting there as a fan stacking the wins in my head. And again, this football team continues to let me down. That's what these Dolphins do to us. You're right, Bonnie. Michael, I understand at this point, you're not coming back from 1-4. Again, there's nothing from this team that showed me that things are going to change. There's nothing that they've showed me that is going to change. First and foremost, we lost Tyreek Hill. He's our best player. We can't stop the run. We can't consistently run the football. Either we abandon the run or the offensive line's horrible. Either or. Tua, when we need him the most, he comes up short each and every time. Watching that final drive yesterday is like watching a replay that I've seen multiple times from Tua this year already. The overthrown passes that can lead to interceptions, which typically do. Waddle was just lucky to get a hand on it. Or taking the sack that ends the drive. Instead of tossing it up, try to force it. Throw the interception at that point. I'd much rather you throw the interception on 4th down or 3rd and long than to take a sack and get turnover on downs or punt it. I'd much rather you throw the interception at that point. Michael, there was times that we had 8 people in the box and we still can't stop the run. No, that was another dumb signing. We bring in Cedric Wilson, who's not even available. He's not even available. This guy's hurt too. Who goes and signs someone that's already hurt? The Miami Dolphins do. They did it with Odell Beckham. Even with Darren Waller. Darren Waller he was a good signing in the long run, but we didn't have him for the first 4 weeks of the season. And why the hell are we punting with 4th down? 1 minute? Good point, Bonnie. Tell me what's a better position to be in. 4th and 18 with a minute left, or best case scenario, we stop the Panthers and we got to go the entire length of the field in 20 seconds. Because that's what we would have had left. I'd go with the fourth and 18 every time. There's no way you punt the ball with 1 minute left in the game. No way. I don't care that you got 3 timeouts. You know that you haven't been able to stop them all game. There's no way. And then you got blatant holding by Jack Jones that just gives them the game. Yo, check this. My wife had a yesterday for the bets on FanDuel. She did the touchdown bet, she picked 8 different people to get touchdowns yesterday for a $10 bet. She got the first 6, right? They offered her $1,200. The max payout was $11,000. She got the first 6, and then the running back from Tampa got a touchdown. They upped it up to $3,000 but payout, cash out. All she needed left was for Deebo Samuel to get a touchdown. But they were dropping the cash out, and it was already halftime in the Washington game, so she cashed out. Ended up getting $2,300. But then fucking Deebo Samuel gets a touchdown with a minute left to go in the Washington game. We would have had $11,000. Would have had $11,000. That's all they got to do, Bonnie. 6-6. They should have did that on the 4th and 18. There's not too many people that are jumping with Darren Waller. And now there's so much uncertainty with this team. Please make sure you hit that like button. What we at for likes now? There's 25 people in the building. Please, let's get to 20 likes. Now there's so much uncertainty, right? What do we do? Is Stephen Ross going to fire Chris Greer? Is he? Nah, Miller, the defense lost that game for us. We're playing a team that's not very good. We were up 17-0. The offense didn't do us no favors, but that defense lost that game. You let a chump-ass running back with not an elite, their offensive line is not elite, run for 236 yards. The defense lost that game for us. Again, the offense did us no favors. Tua had an opportunity at the end. Tua did what Tua does. But Tua played good enough to win that football game. The play calling was crap. But typically, the play calling is crap. I'm not saying that's on the defense, but giving up 230-some yards rushing is on the defense. Giving up 400 total yards is on the defense. We scored 24 points. That's not enough points to win a football game against Carolina Panthers. I'm not saying the offense, but the main reason we lost that game is the defense. I'm not saying the offense didn't have nothing to do with it. Not at all. Yeah, I mean, you go 5 straight drives without any points. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, the offense scored the points. Defense didn't score the points. And you're right. We knew the defense was going to be bad. Tua has been absolutely horrid. Although he had a good game yesterday, it's the play calling is atrocious. We know that the play calling's bad. We know it. We know the play calling's been bad. There's not just one area of this football team that's bad. We're bad all the way around. Storm Duck's not saving nothing anyway. I mean, we can sit here and try to consistently, but the whole team is bad. Tua had a bad game, Miss Fins. And please don't put words in my mouth. Please don't put words in my mouth. How did the offense not put up points? We scored 24 points. So I don't understand what argument you're trying to make. The whole team is bad. It doesn't, regardless, the whole team's trash. The whole team's trash. The whole team's trash. But the fact that you gave up 200 and almost 250 yards rushing is inexcusable. At this point, damn near everybody on this team needs to go because they're just not good enough. And none of this fan base deserves it. None of the fan base deserves it. None of this fan base deserves it. None of the fan base deserves it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, offense isn't going to score each and every time they have the ball. And 5 times is excessive, but you're telling me that 250 yards is acceptable? I mean, this offense could go score 35 and people blame the offense and say they didn't score 40. If you didn't watch that game and be like, wow, this defense is extremely bad, then I don't know. The Panthers defense is decent up front. I mean, they're decent up front. They got you can't blame Tua for sliding early. You know, either he slides early or he goes and gets concussed, and people blame him for that. Miss Fins, we knew the secondary was going to be bad, but me and you have talked. We didn't think that front 7 was going to be as bad as what they are. You're right. That's where the offense was really bad. Is that when the game was on the line, Tua did what Tua does. Nothing. Absolutely. I don't understand why they went away from Waller. That's why I said the play calling was horrible. Darren Waller ate them up in the first quarter and a half. Why did you not give Darren Waller more targets? Because he's on a pitch count. You've seen them coming back. I mean, they scored 10 before the half. It was 17-10 at the half. Like I said, this whole team is horrible. This whole team is horrible. Changes need to be made from top to bottom. I just don't know where this team goes from here. I don't know what can be really truthfully done with Tua's contract. How do you get out of it? Who's general manager? So is Tua calling the screenplays? I mean, is Tua calling the screenplays? Is Tua saying who's going to be on and off the field? I mean, the other tight ends aren't very good, Miller. So, I mean, for the next two, I mean, until we get out this Tua contract, we're going to be a bad football team, right? How do you build a team if you're not building it around your quarterback? And obviously, we're not going to continue to build around Tua. Well, Miss Finns, I don't think it's just that he has no talent or has no ability to change the play, but we know there's no time to change the play. There's so many nuances to the offense, and Mike McDaniel gets the play call in so late, and we know that this is a fact because how many of delay of games do we get because the play calls getting in the game, getting to the quarterback so late that by time he puts everybody in motion and he gets to see what the defense is getting us, there's no time to change the play, even if he wanted to. But this isn't I'm not trying to stick up for Tua. Like this, Tua had a okay game, decently good. I'd even say it was a better game than not. But when we needed him the most, he did what he does. Damn near threw the interception, then took a sack, which I will never understand. I will never understand holding on to the ball and taking a sack when you're going to either turn the ball over or punt the ball. Throw the ball up, try to stick it in somewhere. Try to get it to someone. Maybe a penalty gets called, something. I know what's not going to happen. I know there's a 0% chance that anything positive happens by you taking the sack. I thought this O-line was built this way because Tua is an elite processor who gets rid of the ball instantly fast. Well, I mean, I don't think that they thought that Jonah was going to be this bad. Austin Jackson's out. Daniels is out. So, I mean, they didn't build this offensive line. It's definitely their fault for not having enough quality depth. I don't know where we get our next win. I don't see one. I honestly don't see one. I don't think we beat the Saints at this point. I don't see one. Cleveland's defense is too good. Where is the next win? The Jets? Maybe the Jets. Maybe. Yeah, Bonnie. I mean, for 90% of the game, Tua was good. Not great, but good. I mean, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. Although he should have had a turnover that last drive. But if you don't crucify Tua, Bonnie, you're defending him. That's what most of the people think, and that's not the case. To me, in my eyes, the defense was the issue. We lost the game. Is 5 straight punts a problem? Yes. Yes. But we're talking about the Carolina Panthers here. I think 17 points should beat the Panthers. And yeah, they did get some turnovers for us. They did. They did it at the beginning of the game. The offense performed good at the beginning of the game. The defense performed good at the beginning of the game. Both went dead for 2 quarters. The offense didn't do nothing for 2 quarters. The defense was extremely bad for 2 quarters. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Nobody's trading for. I don't believe anybody's trading for Tua. Nobody. Aqua, you can't run the ball at 1.6 yards a carry. I mean, I agree, you got to run the ball, but if our offensive line is not opening, they weren't opening anything up. They were getting dominated. I didn't just blame the defense. Again, I'm not saying it's just the defense. I'm saying it's more the defense than the offense, but I'm not just blaming the defense. Again, I've said 15 times that the whole team's bad. I love when people tell me what I'm saying. I don't care. I don't care if you thought you knew the defense was bad before the season. Nobody thought this front seven was going to be as bad as what it is. Nobody. Okay, but I'm sitting here saying that the defense. I'm saying the offense was not good enough. For 2.5 quarters, it's not acceptable for you just to go quiet, for you not to do nothing. But the amount of rushing yards that they gave up to Rico, 9 yards of carry, that's inexcusable. Both units were bad. Both units were bad from the middle of the second quarter till 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Both units were bad. At least I did, Miss Fins. I thought the front seven was going to be pretty good. I thought Chubb, Phillips, Chop, Sealer, Kenneth Grant. I thought this, Brooks, Willie Gay. I thought this front seven was going to be pretty good. I thought they'd be get after the quarterback and be able to stop the run consistently. Where I thought the issue was on this football team is the secondary. Now, I knew the secondary was probably going to be bad. I knew that. So for the front seven to be bad and allow all those rushing yards and the lack of sacks. That's where I'm kind of shocked. That's where I'm shocked. Listen, the secondary, what's that really got to do with running the ball for 9 yards a clip? We don't get no pressure when we rush 4. None. 0. We don't get shit for pressure when we rush 5. If we don't all out blitz, we're not getting pressure. Well, I mean, I guess that's my fault as a fan, that hoping and praying and thinking that, they're going to be better than what they are. And typically, see, hopeful, you can't stack the box with a bad secondary. True. But when you know they're going to run and they're still running it down your throat, when you're stacking the box because you know they're going to run and they still run it down your throat, Yeah, I mean, there was 6 minutes to go and Tua led us on a 3-play touchdown drive to give the D a 4-point lead with under 5 to go. Yeah, we weren't able to stop them. They were running all over us. I felt like they were going to go down and score again. And then when they did go down and score, I knew what time it was. I mean, I'm a real Dolphin fan, and I know they've been really bad. You know what I mean? I know they've been really bad, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to hope and pray that things change. See, hopeful, that's a true statement. That's a true statement. And that's true too, Bonnie. Big C just watched a U. I could never overly get into college football like that, just because some games they play teams that they have no business playing, and it's 70 to 3. You know what I mean? The new floor for this season is we have 1 win. That's the floor. Again, I don't see it. I don't see another win on the schedule besides maybe the Jets. And that Jets game is going to be in New York, so I wouldn't even say that we're favored in that one. The floor is a game where we're at right now. How many likes we got now, guys? In the words of Miss Fins, hit that like button. 15 likes, and I had over 25 people in. Dang. Listen, hit first pick. What's the first pick do for you if we don't get the right people in here, the draft, right? Listen, they're saying John Harbaugh's job might be in jeopardy. Is John Harbaugh a good head coach, or is he just a product of Lamar Jackson? But yeah, another terrible loss. by these Miami Dolphins. I don't see a brighter day in the near future. I already want everybody gone in the front office. But if somehow we have the first pick and they hand that over to Chris Greer, I can't watch that. I can't watch that. I can't be a part of that. I'm not going anywhere for the Dolphins. I will not spend another dollar on a ticket, a piece of memorabilia. I'm not spending anything on this team. I've spent enough. I'm fed up. I'm embarrassed. But you have a good time if you're going. I hope you have a good time if you're going. This team is an embarrassment. It hurts. It hurts as a fan. As I continue to get up there in age and continue to see my team not perform at the level that I want them to. And what's even worse is that I have a son, right? I have a son who he plays football now. He's just started getting into watching football like that, and he's a Dolphins fan. He's a Dolphins fan, and I never pushed him to be a Dolphins fan. I've never tried to push him in that direction. But because his dad is, he wants to rock with the Dolphins, and I feel terrible for him. I actually feel sad for my son. Like, I want to talk him into not being a Dolphins fan because he's already getting the business at school by his friends. You know what I mean? Oh, you're a Dolphins fan. You're a Dolphins fan. Yeah. I just don't want him to have to never experience a championship, never experience good times, just sadness. Miller, get out of here with that. All right, folks. I will see y'all later. Fins up to the day I die. You know what I mean? I'm going to continue to support this team, even though, listen, it's about to get real dark. It's about to get dark because, like I said, I don't see more wins on the horizon. I don't see where we're getting any more wins. I don't see it. I don't see us beating the Saints. I don't see us beating Cleveland. I don't see us beating Atlanta. I don't see it. Yeah, Bonnie, it's just sad because it feels like it's going to be a long while. You know what I mean? Because, again, that Tua contract is such a huge weight. It's like a deep, dark shadow looming over this franchise is the Tua contract. We're so handcuffed by it. But I don't know when we're going to have another victory Monday. I don't know. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't have another victory Monday till next year, and that's sad. But I will see you guys all later. I love y'all. Fins up. Hit that like button for me, please. We're only at 15 likes. There's 21 people in here. Hit that like button. All right, I appreciate y'all, and you know what it is. Fins up.
Yo. Big C in the house. You know the name. Fin Posse Podcast. Changing the game. Fins up high. Feel the aqua and orange. Miami heat blazing. We scorching the floor. You know the tour. We stacking the saga. Legacy deep, call it football nirvana. Big C, break it down, got the stats in his veins. Play-by-play knowledge like he's calling the chains. Fins flying on the field, opponents feel the blast. Tyreek cheetah speed, leaving DBs in the past. Waddle with the wiggle, defense with the clamp. Aqua drip so clean, whole squad's the champ. Tune in, Big C, got the mic on lock. Fin Posse podcast, it's the cream of the crop. Breaking news, hot takes, repping the block. For the Dolphin faithful, it's the one-stop shop. Fin Posse, we the voice of the fans. Miami stand tall, got the world in our hands. Best podcast, yo, ain't no debate. Big C, big vibes, setting it straight. Defense smash, call it Aqua Tsunami. X locking routes like a South Beach Armani. O-line holding strong, trenches like a fortress. Big C dissected, no stack goes dormant.